So last Friday night, Hunter gave us another surprise return as Tegan Knox has been brought back to the WWE. She ran in during a segment with Damage Control as they were attacking someone. I wanted to know from your perspective, do you believe that this helps the SmackDown women's roster or does it still need more depth and talent?
I'll be honest. I never really was a Tegan Knox fan. I don't dislike her. I just don't find any interest in her. I'm not sure if it's because every single time she was meant to get a push, something happened. Mae
Mm.
Young Classic blew her knees. She was supposed to win, didn't happen. Then the whole thing with her and Dakota Kai. I'll be honest, I didn't even care for that feud. But it made me pay attention to Dakota. She's very boring. I Outside of her being gay, I don't know what else is there about her. She came out with rainbow hair to like put that to the forefront. She's great in the ring. I like her ring work. She just has like she doesn't bring any character or any type of anything to the ring. Like some people could just get away with just great ring work and not have to do a damn thing. Like as far as like character goes, Tegan's just very just bland, very
Mm.
bland, and maybe she could just maybe she could come back and attempt to reinvent herself and do something else. Off that first impression, I was pretty bored. I was like, okay, like I would have definitely bought in somebody else. She's not going to move a needle. At this point, I'm just thinking, damn, like, can Sasha or Naomi come back any sooner? Because, like, this division is boring.
Mm.
I love damage control, but they need, like, someone legit to, like, play with, or play around with. And it's just, Tegan is not going to do anything. She didn't do a damn thing in NXT. She didn't do a damn thing here. She's just here. And I feel bad. I feel bad because I want to like her, but she just doesn't do anything for me.
I believe quite the contrary. I like Tegan Knox. She has an insane amount of potential. I've seen glimpses of what she can do in NXT. And might I remind people that before she went down with an injury, her and Dakota Kai was probably one of the best stories that I've seen on NXT. They were going for the best friend turn foe thing, and I really, really liked it. It was a great story, in my opinion. And once again, I believe that this was one of those things when she went up to the main roster. Obviously, during the first go around, like there were things that she had to modify about herself. Um, and because of that, I don't think that it allowed her to be her full self. But I believe that when we saw her be herself in NXT, it was like this is someone who could be a star. And I feel like now under Hunter, she's now able to come back into terms of just being herself and even making more modifications. um but yeah, I think that she has that potential of actually being a star. And even outside of that, even when she came up to the main roster at first and she started teaming with Shotzi, like people gravitated towards that a lot. You know what I mean? So with all things considered, I think that she does help with the depth. I'll say that again. I think that Tegan Knox returning definitely helps SmackDown's depth problem and talent problem. I think that, you know, there weren't a lot of characters on SmackDown from a woman's perspective that where you look and see like, oh, this is a variety of characters. I can relate to this person or this person or this person. So I feel like she helps with the depth and the diversity of the SmackDown women's roster. Um, I believe that her being in there is similar to an NBA team picking up a star player. That person could be a star. That person could also be an exceptional role player. I think that Tegan Knox is that girl. I think she could be either or. However, and I preface this with a however, I still feel
Yeah.
like more work needs to be done. I feel like this is not someone who I would want to see against Ronda Rousey for the title. However, if they do have an A or B or C feud in the women's division and they want to do a one-on-one, Tegan can do that. If I want to see another, maybe they want to throw together another team or maybe they want to put Shotzi back with Tegan, that can work. Tegan can fill a couple of roles, and I could think that it could work. In my personal opinion, I still think that SmackDown has a long way to go. AKA, they just need to bring Sasha Banks back, but I do think that this is a step in the right direction, and I think that this is a great little return for WWE in the sense of Tegan Knox. Apparently, Tegan Knox was actually supposed to be a part of the original Damage Control, which I thought was
Hmm.
very, very interesting. Um, that would have been very interesting seeing Tegan and Dakota again like this, because at one point they were a tag team. That's a very, very interesting thought. But
Hmm.
I was
They
gonna
could
say,
still
did you
make a
have?
four-man faction.
They could, they could.
That actually would work. Now, I was gonna ask because I know a lot of people who are Tegan fans on Twitter at least keep referencing that, oh, you have to watch her indie stuff. Did you watch any of her indie work to see if she did anything differently?
I didn't see any of her indie stuff, and I think that I am gonna watch it. But even just from the stuff that she was doing in NXT, and the Mae Young Classic, I really, really liked it. Like, I was sold on that alone. But I'm pretty sure, like
Hmm.
most wrestlers who went through the indie circuit, she probably had an insane amount of stuff, an insane amount of content, and an insane amount of moves that she was displaying on the indie scene that people will be like, "Oh snap, she was good." But I was just sold off of what she did off of NXT alone and the Mae Young Classic alone. So I may have
I was
to
talking about
go
that
back and.
break in between, like when she got released and then they bought her back,
I
or
didn't even
did she
see
even? Did she?
anything. She
Oh,
yeah
okay.
she did get released and then get brought back, but I didn't see anything. That's the crazy
I
part.
could have swore she held a belt before, and everyone was talking about something. I didn't like pay no mind because I mean, again, I'm not a Tegan fan, but people are saying like if you want to like see like what she's really capable of, gotta watch what she does away from WWE because they don't allow her to bring it. So maybe just maybe I'll watch her a different set of lenses, and maybe Hunter might allow her to bring that type of stuff to the forefront for
Mm-hmm.
you know, her time dealing with damage control or be on the main roster. But yeah, moving on.